Mr. Pro-Chancellor, distinguished guests, fellow graduates, ladies and gentlemen, mom and dad, a very good morning to all of you.
Meet your girlfriend.
My name is Junjie, and it is my honor and privilege to represent my classmates from the WKWSCI school today. Valedictorians are said to be chosen from the cohort with the highest grades. Unfortunately, this also means that you get to listen to the most boring people in school, like those who read journal papers or bedtime stories. My friends know that I'm absolutely hopeless at public speaking. Still, they decided to make me speak in front of so many people today. When they learned that I was really going to speak today, they got really worried. Kind souls like Raslin added me on Facebook and offered free speech training. Others, like Phoebe, suggested that I record my speech in advance and do lip syncing instead. I was starting to get real worried myself, but Zach reminded me that this speech is not just for myself, but for my fellow graduates, many of whom supportive close friends, and for our parents. To all graduates from the WKWSCI School and the School of Art, Design and Media, congratulations. We have more in common than you might think. We have officially completed 4 years of study to be a journalist, a researcher, a copywriter, a filmmaker, or an artist, when no such degree of ours is required. According to the MOE's Graduate Employment Survey, we have the highest unemployment rates, and we earn the least among our peers in NTU. A certain dubious website has taken it a step further and labeled us the dumping grounds of degree programs. On the flip side, we can console ourselves that with an annual intake of under 200, it is actually easier to be a doctor or a lawyer in Singapore than to be a graduate of our schools. I'm sure all of us knew that we aren't going to be millionaires when we signed up to study at our schools 4 years ago. If it's not for money, I can only assume that we are here because of passion. It must be because of passion that our graduates have gone on to do things and make things happen. From making award-winning films like Epiphany by Xue Mei, Wendy, Chihan, and Flora, to investigating food waste by working as undercover waitresses in Food Waste Republic by Mia, Estelle, and Wei Li, to beating PhD holders and professors to win the top public relations paper in Denver by Kester and Raslin. And it is not just those who have won awards or gotten published. It is also about those who have worked hard and served the school in many other ways. Among the graduates sitting here today are 19 editors who have sacrificed sleep, skipped lessons, and even Valentine's Day just so that the campus can have its newspaper once every 3 weeks. And let's not forget those who served in Spectrum TV and CI Club. Who could forget those free Milo and coffee in the nights leading up to the exams? But more importantly, none of this would have been possible if our parents had not believed in us. And for many of us, fund us to pursue an education that we believed in. I want to take this opportunity to thank my parents, Boon Chai and Yi-Ling, who might be a little surprised to see their son up here because I haven't told them that I would be. Despite my extremely fickle ambitions from computer programming to journalism to photography, my dad and mom always made sure that I could pursue what I want without having to worry about anything. I also want to thank my girlfriend of 8 years, Sharon, for standing by me all this while. To classmates who are still wondering whether I'm married or not yet, but soon. I'm sure each and every one of you must have your special someone to thank, and there's no better time than now. So please clap for me. Speaking of passion, I will not have the privilege to speak today if not for the passion of my classmates, juniors, professors, and alumni. In particular, Shi Xiong, the troublemaker-in-chief, who first set up the Facebook group to rally support, Raslin, Ziliang, Phoebe, and Chi-Han, who each argued passionately and creatively on our behalf. I must also thank the Provost, Senior Associate Provost, Professor the School Chair, the College Dean for granting us this precious 5 minutes. Actually, they said 3, but I took the liberty to extend it myself. I hope my juniors will be as privileged as well. Passionate people are sometimes called troublemakers, while apathetic people are often called Singaporeans. We should be thankful that here at the WKWSCI School, we have a higher national average of troublemakers. Very often, troublemakers are confronted with questions like, why bother? In response, I'd like to end by leaving you with a quote from Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, who once said, "Nothing great in the world has been accomplished without passion." Thank you.